didn't think about it. I still, far away from those lunches right now. So at this point in time is go ahead and ask me anything you need to ask me, and then I better go to work so I have a job. So let's roll.
Let's start right there, Jerry. Obviously, it's the end of pretty much the end of the season, 1 week left. And you had said obviously you wanted to be back next season when you first got hired. Do you still plan to be back next season?
Yeah, at this point in time, but it's as long as I guess health issues prevail, I'll be here. So I don't have any plans at this point in time. Like I said, I never, that I can't control, but so far so good.
Just with the quarterback position, what's your take on it this week? What are you hoping to see, and when do you feel like you can make a decision?
Well, I think that thing is, and we talk about it, certainly if I sat in your chair, and I'd like to bring the whole video in and show it, is that right now, the whole unit's got to play better. I mean, Gio took some shots I'm surprised he got up from, and we've got to get receivers open. I mean, I think it's a unit thing even more than a quarterback thing, but we need to find a way to provide a spark, whatever that may be, and we'll just have to see. It's kind of like the last time we opened things up and went to work, and we played the guy that we thought gave us the best chance to win. And so as we go through Michigan State and what we're going to be able to do against them and what's gives us a chance to win, that's who we'll choose.
Coach, these players haven't had the same offensive coordinator for 2 years in a long time. How much can that help a player in development just to know that same guy, same philosophy, same scheme going into their offseason?
Oh, I think it's, that's, continuity. I was fortunate to have the same people for most of them for 16 to 20 years. And I think continuity when you're turning around a program is very, very important. And I think that, because you can keep the same philosophy, the same thing. And, this is, like I said, I've done this 5 different times. And this isn't any different than the other 5. We have the same questions about quarterback, have the same questions about, you just do. And, but, really in some ways, this is Coach Ash's year number 1, because when you take the job over late and recruiting and so forth, it's tough. But, we've made some progress. I mean, I think that's evident in some areas. We just haven't got everything fixed yet, and that only comes through recruiting, frankly, and continuity. And I know I've enjoyed my room tremendously, and I got great kids. I mean, you could have had a problem when I went to Gio as a quarterback, and we had none. Kyle was very supportive and has been right in there the whole time. Jonathan got hurt. He's been supportive, and understands. And so, I'm fortunate to have a great room and so forth. And I think in the past that the quarterback we got two more hopefully coming in. Can't talk about that, but is that it's a deal where I came in with one, really 1.5, because the other one was injured too. 2 of them were injured. And so it's one of those deals where, nobody's patient. I'm the most impatient guy in the world, except for maybe Coach Ash. And so we all want to win right now, and but it just doesn't work that way. It's a process. It's like I always say, it's like a broken down company, and you buy a company. And I spoke all over the country when I was out, and to companies, and referring it towards football. If you have a company that's not successful and somebody else buys it and it hadn't been successful, you're not going to turn that company around in 2 years. And this job wouldn't have been open if it was a great job at the time. Most of the time they're open because there's issues, and a lot of them. So you just can't take care of them all at once. So I think that getting 3 Big Ten wins, it was important, and we need to get a 4th one. Why we played the way we did against Indiana, I can't answer that question. I asked all 5 quarterbacks that yesterday, and we talked about it. Maybe it's because we haven't been in that position before, I don't know. But we just didn't play like we've been playing. And even in the loss at Penn State, I felt we played hard and did some good things. But so can't do anything about that. I'm one that says when it's like the NFL or any place else, NBA basketball, when that day's over, it's over with. You look at the video, you make corrections, and you move on, because if you worry about it too much, you get your butt beat the next time. So, I think my whole deal is that we're playing the 7th ranked rushing team in the country. We're playing another really good defense. Is that we play better and we execute, because my frustrations right now are, it's not that, we run the ball for 6, and then we run it for 4, and then we complete a pass, we get a first down, and then we go into what we call a speed huddle, and, a guy jumps off sides. All right, there goes 1 first down. Then we do it again later on in the game, and a guy holds in a short yardage situation. Then we have a snap that goes sideways, or we take a quarterback, we blow protection, and the quarterback takes a blind shot. I mean, and we're moving the ball on all of them. And so it's one of those things where we just still have 1 or 2 people that are struggling for a snap, and it just kills us. And I've talked about consistency all year about that, and I think that's part of the transition, and probably not having coordinators. And I think Gio's been through about 5 of them. I told Gio, I don't know if he's 28 or 30 years old. He's been here a long time, but it's a deal where he knows more about it than anybody. And so it's maybe that's why, but we just the frustration is consistency. And then I look at it, I'm not an excuse maker, but all of a sudden I look out there and we got 3 freshman receivers, and I look how young we are on offense, and maybe that's why we don't have the continuity, because sometimes young people don't concentrate near as well as older people do. And I'm an old man, I'm a lot older than anybody really on the staff, and I think my concentration level towards my focus is better than an 18-year-old kid that's playing in front of a crowd and so forth. So as long as we maintain a good attitude and we play hard and try to get better, I can live with anything. But I don't, in Indiana, it was just, I don't know. I felt offensively we had one of our better practices. I thought we, if you went by practice, I felt pretty good. And I was in the box, but according to our guys, I think they got up so fast, and emotionally our kids didn't respond. I don't know what Coach Ash told you, but they got on us so quick, and I think our kids were like in culture shock. And that's a sign of a team that haven't been there. Maybe they're nervous because they were playing a chance to go to, have a chance to go to a bowl game, and they just haven't been used to that for a while. So those are the $1 million questions. You get them answered, let me know and send it to me. I'll take it. I'll listen too. I'm not afraid to listen.
I'll take one more, I think.
Jerry, you mentioned all the young kids who have just kind of, obviously they don't have the huge stats that most people would like, Blackshear, Wormley, all the receivers, the skill kids, Lewis. But what was the value now in hindsight? Do you feel like that helps them going into next year, having just played? What is the value there versus actually having huge stats as a freshman?
Oh, you don't see very many freshmen with huge stats. I think there's a few in the country that do, of course, but I think the benefit of playing and not playing and playing in front of 100,000 and doing that is going to benefit them. They're getting a lot of playing time. They're learning kind of on the run, but they've done a good job. You always wish, you go, I took a red shirt off this kid. Gosh darn, I wish we wouldn't have. All that stuff, you go through. But at the end of the day, we just, we don't have enough depth to We got guys playing, a couple of them playing both ways, So if that tells you anything about depth, I don't know if anybody in college football is playing any two or three guys both ways. So we just don't have the depth. And that comes with recruiting and keep moving forward. Good, everybody talks about, this guy's a great coach and this guy's a great coach in college football and this guys, coaches, some of them really like hearing how good they are. I never seen a coach play as far as I know. Somebody says it ain't the X's and O's and this, it's the Jimmys and Joes win games. And they're the ones that win games. I've never seen a coach win a game. I really haven't. Good players make good plays and do those kind of things. So, I think these kids are trying to do everything they can to make plays and put us in a good position. And, 3 Big Ten wins in your second year and hopefully try to get a fourth is a pretty good step in the right direction. You just, if you had the one we really messed up was Eastern Michigan. You got to win that game. And, I think Indiana's a lot better football team than what their record shows because of their schedule. They had some really good skill players, and I think their schedule's been brutal, pretty tough. So maybe our kids looked at that. I don't know. But anyway, that's where it's at.
Thanks,
All
Jerry.
right, thank you.
Jerry Biddick,